Welcome back to the channel. Today is all about doing the rear brakes and replacing all the brake drums on the Twingo, the little Mark 1 Twingo. The MOT came up with an advisory which the rear brakes were quite weak, and also they've been making quite a bit of noise, actually, to be honest with you. Today is really cold, and I'm just going to basically crack on. I've already got the wheel off the car on one side, and so yes, let's just crack on with it because it's just too cold out here. Well, number one, they're the wrong brake shoes. Great. So yeah, way too small. Way too small. Okay, I'll have to go back to supply. But also, these brake shoes are actually not in bad condition on this stuff. The leading edge is a little bit worn, but actually it's fine. Again, there's no sign of any leaks from the cylinder here, so all looks okay. So yeah, okay. I think that can go back on, and I'll check the other side. What are you doing? Okay, so these are the pads which basically don't fit. If you look very carefully, they are actually quite different. Yeah, so it really is, they're not the right ones. However, the amount of pad left on these ones here is not far off. Yeah, okay, they're worn. They've had a good 10-15,000 miles or something like that, but they're still in quite good condition. This side as well, it's a nice big lip, so it was the same on the other side. So I don't know whether it's where the squealing's coming from, or it's brakes. It's when the car's been, so it's when you first start off and it squeals and scrapes like crazy. I'm just wondering whether it's actually purely just where the car's been sat for over a year, just sitting there doing nothing. There's no lip on the surface here at all. There's wear, but there's no lip, and I think these are well, not relatively new, but I don't think it's worn down very much at all. And again, there's slight, no, it's not a groove, it's just a dark line there. See if I can, there we go, that's a bit better. So yeah, it's lovely and smooth. There is a tiny lip just there, but actually that's just rubbish. It's not a wear into the metal as such. I don't need to replace the rear pads. Well, it was making all the sounds like it was one. Yeah, there's a bit of crap and all that stuff there. I'm just going to leave that. I'm not going to touch it. It's not very nice stuff. So yeah, so I'm going to put this back together again, and I'm going to send the brake pads back, the ones I've got. I'm going to put this back together again, tighten up the bolt. It's 175 Newton meters. Yeah, there's a lot of crud and dirt. Now this is what kills cars, people out there with your cars. If you don't clean up the inside of this, it will rot it out. And again, this is a famous point for all cars, where the fuel filler cap here comes down and all of the crap basically builds up all the way behind all this. As you can see, look, it's caked in mud. And this needs to be jet washed out, basically. It needs to be completely cleaned out, and otherwise it will just rot. Oh, that's interesting. I've got a bracket up there. They normally do something down here, but again, it builds up and then it basically rots the substructure here. Basically, I've had a Peugeot 106 where it had galloping rot based upon all the crap. It was really muddy, and it just completely covered here, and the rot went across the boot and across the chassis of the car, and it was all because of not cleaning this area out. And the rest of the car was fine. It would have been a car which had lasted another 10 years, but that entire whole sort of part of the structure of the car, the actual chassis, had rotted out. So this is going to be, I think I might actually get the jet wash out and see whether I can clean this up. I've given the other side a brush down, and see what happens. So see what I find.
Don't stop. 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 Don't. don't, stop, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop, don't. Don't stop. Stop.
This is what builds up in your car. This is the crap and all the road dirt and crap which builds up. As you can see, it's basically just sitting there, and it's wet, and it basically rots the wings out and rots the structure of the car out, and it's pretty crappy underneath here. It's never been touched. I think the only service this thing, or only checks it and services things, had his MOTs and enough to get it through the testing, so nobody's actually thought, well, let's just give it a good clean up. So yeah, it's just rank. It's just mud, and all it is just an accumulation of the dirt from the road. So right, let's get the jet wash on this. Right, I'm going to give a bit of extra bonus content here. This is a reversing light switch, and when it goes into reverse, this little end gets pushed in the gearbox, and it makes contact and it puts the light on at the back, the reverse light. The one in there, the actual mechanism works absolutely fine, but there are leaks all the way around here, or gearbox oil leaks. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take the gearbox. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the old one out and put this one in, and see how we go, and see whether it actually starts leaking. I'm also going to use some gunk engine degreasant all around the gearbox area where it's leaked, and then use the jet wash to basically clean it off. So yeah, that's pretty much what we're going to do. So yeah, we did lose a bit of gearbox oil there, and somebody's already taken this out once before and put some sealant around the threads, and it didn't work. So I'm just going to go and clean myself up. This gearbox oil stinks, absolutely stinks. It's horrible stuff, and it's the original one. It's actually got an original Renault CE mark on it as well, so the end of it's a little bit worn out because it actually wears out so often there, and that's when you get your light permanently on, or it doesn't work at all. So So that's all the mud and crap that came out this car. Pretty awful. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'm just gonna jet wash the drive, and the Twingo's looking a damn sight better than it was. So right, take care, and so thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and see you on the next video.